Hello and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to tackle a topic that sounds super intimidating but is absolutely essential if you have a website: technical SEO. We're going to break down exactly how you can build a site that search engines like Google don't just see but actually, fall in love with.
So let me just ask you this straight up. Is your website invisible to Google? Because look, you could have the most amazing design, the most brilliant content on the planet, but if search engines can't find and understand your site, you're basically hiding in plain sight. Technical SEO is the key to flipping on the lights.
And to get you there, we've got a really simple roadmap. First, we'll cover what technical SEO even is. Then, why it's so incredibly important. After that, we'll walk through a basic website health check, look at some of the most common problems and how to fix them, and we'll finish up with a clear action plan you can start using right away. So, first up, let's get on the same page. What in the world are we actually talking about when we say technical SEO? Okay, so here's the textbook definition, but let's make it simple. It's all the behind-the-scenes stuff you do to make it super easy for search engines like Google to crawl your website, that just means to explore it, understand what it's all about, and then add it to their giant library, which is called the index. And here's the bottom line. A site that's easy to index is a site that's easy to rank. The best way to think about it is like this. Your website is a house. All your great content, your articles, your pictures, your products, that's all the cool furniture and decor. But technical SEO? That's the foundation. It's the plumbing, the electrical wiring. And if that solid base isn't right, it really doesn't matter how great your decor looks because the whole house is in trouble. So we get it. It's the foundation. But why does getting all this technical stuff right actually matter for your business? Let's connect the dots here.
Well, it really just boils down to this. Your website has two very important audiences. You've got your human visitors, your customers, and you've got the search engine bots. And a technically unhealthy website, it gives a bad experience to both of them. It annoys your customers, and it totally confuses the search engines you're trying to impress. Good technical SEO makes everybody happy.
3 seconds. That's it. Think about that number. If your website takes any longer than 3 seconds to load, you are losing people. They are clicking away. That slow speed is a massive red flag for Google, and yeah, it will absolutely tank your rankings. Site speed isn't just a nice little feature anymore, it's a basic requirement. And speed is just one piece of this puzzle. These other technical things here, we call them trust signals. When you see that little padlock icon in your browser, because the site has HTTPS security, you just feel safer, right? When a website works perfectly on your phone, you tend to stick around. Well, Google is paying very close attention to all these signals, and it rewards the websites that it sees as trustworthy and easy to use. Okay, so I'm hoping you're convinced that this stuff is important. But where do you even begin? Well, you start with a simple health check to find those cracks in your foundation. Your first move is to get what's called a crawl report. Honestly, just think of it like a full diagnostic report you'd get from a car mechanic. It basically sends a little bot through your entire site, just like Google does, and it comes back with a list of every single error it found. The broken links, the slow pages, all the stuff that's holding you back. And you want to hear the best part? You can get started on this for free. Just use Google Search Console. It's your direct communication line with Google. First, you'll check your index status to see which of your pages Google even knows about. Then, you'll dive into crawl errors to find all those broken pathways. And finally, you'll check a little file called robots.txt to make sure you're not accidentally telling Google to ignore your most important pages. All right, so once you run that health check, you're probably going to see some common issues pop up. But don't worry, we're going to turn those digital dead ends into super highways. The first thing you will almost definitely find is a broken link. You've probably seen this before. It's called a 404 error. This happens when someone clicks a link to a page that just isn't there anymore. It's a total dead end. It frustrates your users, and it literally stops search engine crawlers in their tracks, which prevents them from finding all the other great stuff on your site. Now, fixing this is actually pretty straightforward. Your report will show you all your 404 errors. If that broken link used to go to an important page, you set up what's called a 301 redirect. It's basically a digital forwarding address. It automatically sends anyone who lands on that old broken URL to a new working page.
It's a lifesaver.
Next up is something called duplicate content. This is a sneaky one. It's when the exact same content or something really similar shows up on more than one page on your site. This is a huge headache for search engines because they have no idea which page is the real one. So they're forced to just guess, and they'll show one version in the search results and hide all the others.
Yeah, this quote from our source material really says it all. Google will just pick one for you, and trust me, it might not be the one you want people to find. You're basically making your own pages compete against each other, and you're splitting your ranking power. Not good.
Okay, let's run through a quick lightning round of other easy wins. Instead of short, thin content, go for really in-depth, helpful articles. Instead of missing alt tags on your images, add simple descriptions. That helps Google understand what the image is. Clean up any messy, confusing URLs so they're easy to read. And please compress your images so they load fast. Every single one of these little fixes helps build a much healthier website.
Phew, we have covered a ton of ground. So now let's boil it all down into a super simple action plan, a checklist you can use to get started like today.
If you're wondering where on earth to begin, just focus on these 4 things. Number 1, make sure your site works perfectly on a phone. Google is now mobile first. 2, create something called an XML sitemap. Just think of it as a roadmap of your site that you hand directly to Google. 3, get obsessed with your website speed. And 4, use that report to hunt down and fix those broken links. I promised. If you can nail these 4 things, you are way ahead of the game.
And here is maybe the most important takeaway of all. Technical SEO is not a one-and-done project that you just finish. It is ongoing maintenance. Just like a real house, your website's foundation needs regular checkups to stay strong and support everything else you build on top of it.
So that's our deep dive into the foundations of a website that Google loves. And I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Now that you know where to look, what's the very first crack you're going to fix?